Hey there everyone, this is cloudchief, and I actually got a request for a very interesting video, especially because they've really liked the progression that's been going on with cauliflower. So they wanted to know, what's my gear look like currently, and where am I going in progression with that. And considering I've been kind of following cauliflower, from literally level 1, all the way up to 119 where she's at now, and I've made ridiculous progress as of late. I honestly did content that I didn't even think I could really handle. Like I did Sovereign Behemoth the other day, and while the party was constantly having members leave and getting new members and stuff, that for the most part we were consistently killing it. And most of the time, not always, I was probably the one doing the most damage. Like we had a couple times where we would have like a blue with all mace and ridiculous, and he's doing more damage than me. He's got a Rima, and he's probably had a lot more job points than me and just other stuff. Plus he's buffing himself well. But I've done quite a few different things of content worth where I'm actually doing really well. I did de-ambuscade with multiple different groups at this point, and done extremely well on that. I've even tanked some of the ads in the de-ambuscade this month. So yeah. So let me go over the gear that I'm currently using. Although I do want to say, just for I have recently bought a lot of stuff off the auction house from a lot of money I made doing Walk of Echoes. I basically was spamming out Walk of Echoes, and that my goal wasn't to make money from Walk of Echoes, but it actually worked out really well. It was a good way to get the items, so that way I wouldn't have to buy anything to get the Empyrean weapon skills. So now I have so many items I can probably get all the weapon skills without spending any money. I just need jobs leveled for that. And I just really liked the fact that the XP and CP I was getting, especially when there were large groups spamming out like one conflux. I just made a lot of money just getting items from that, and that actually helped progress to that. So like if you're leveling up a character, try and make sure you're using what campaigns and what SE is giving us as update to your advantage. Not all campaigns are going to be as, bringing as much money as Walk of Echoes did, but I mean, you can still make decent money and definitely be also knocking out Ambuscade. I've essentially gotten all my money and a lot of the price stuff from Walk of Echoes and Ambuscade. But enough talking about that. Let me actually start talking about my gear. Shoot. I'm gonna cut this right here, and we'll be back, and hopefully I can get a split screen for this, because I should be recording this as I'm talking about it. I think that would be good. Okay, so now let's talk about my gear. And so I was using, go over that kind of the progression in case you haven't followed all my stuff. What is it? So I was single wielding for a while, until I cleared the very easy ambuscade last month on, solo. At that point I was able to do over weapons, got the over weapon. I've barely used this though, because after getting the over a weapon, I got out of the goblin chests this great axe, which drops from essentially the Unity NM OHAD NM. It's called like Azrael or something like that. It's Den of Rancor. It's Milla Eyes, like all the eye, little brown blob thing. So that drops this. And it's pretty decent great axe. I was also able to kill it solo with Trust, but I needed Ninja Sub to mitigate some of its spell castings, because basically if I want to try doing it on Sam, it would like curse and then, I don't know, like insta-cast Fire Aga, or it would do curse and then do like a TP move immediately afterwards, and just the combo of that, just dropping my max HP and then damage, it would just kill me. and it was just consistently killed me. I tried multiple times, but when I subbed Ninja, it wasn't really much of an issue. So that's good progression for an axe, because I think this axe is better than the Obero axe. Obero axe might be slightly better, especially if you have a tank and you don't want to pull hate because of the negative immunity once the Obero weapon is augmented. But I know you have to be like certain. You have to have done, I think, been a certain point in Rhapsody missions before he'll even let you get the augments on it. But even with the augments, this is arguably on par with it, so it's hard to say. But that's that. But yeah, but once I hit Superior 2 from getting all my job points from doing Walk of Echo spam, I picked up this. This actually great axe. I am very happy with this great axe. Which is sad, it's like too bad it doesn't have another weapon skill, but it's like War gets all the great axe weapon skills anyway. It's like, who cares about full break? But just the stats on it are ridiculous. Like 330 damage, that's more than non-afterglow relics. Plus the 15 strength, 15 vit, and 32 accuracy, plus the 30 accuracy for during weapon skills. It's just a really solid piece. I've like been in content and I've out DD'd non-afterglow. Like I was doing content with someone, a Ragnarok War, who had also significantly more job points than me, and I was out DDing him using this great axe. Now granted, it wasn't afterglowed. If it was afterglowed, I would have hoped he would have been beating me, who knows. But just to put that in perspective, and like I said, I've even done, like I said, ambuscade and other difficult content and done really well. I'm very happy with this great axe. Moving on, I think yesterday got this grip. I still have the NQ because I haven't sold it yet. Yeah. So I had this, so I wanted to get the HQ because that one extra haste hits me at gear haste cap, and then the 15 accuracy, so just having more additional accuracy is really nice. So I really like this grip. Just in terms of like gear replacement, I'm gonna kind of get into that a little later, but we'll just talk this because, you know, grip you can't change. You know, well, you can change it mid-combat, but you're going to lose your TP. It's not typically smart. Obviously, I'd want Udo grip. I'm still a bit away from that because I don't even have access to Regenerative, much as Omen at this point. So, that would be the next... That's really the only thing that I would want to upgrade, unless I somehow got haste enough that I didn't need the haste anymore. And that would also be the concern. If I got, like, Udo grip now, would be kind of like, I'm not even sure I would want to use it unless I was somehow getting haste cap from getting magic haste and stuff. So I really, really like this grip. I'm not sure what I would use if I got, like I said, other gear stuff to get my haste up. But we'll see. This was a Seething Bomblet. I actually got this out of the Goblin chest on a mule. Or actually not a mule. Well, that's funny because I kind of consider my main almost a mule at this point as much as I'm on Caulifla. But no, I actually got this on my main and I don't need it. So I was like sent it over because, you know, if you get items out of your Goblin chest on your mule and your main can use it, by all means send it over and use it. So that's where I got that. I haven't really started the process to upgrade it, but I do want to upgrade it to the +1. I have actually killed the bomb also, so I can get the drops, but that's that. That's a pretty good ammo piece. The only other thing, I mean, I would want to get, that might be, have to look at other ammo pieces, what I might want in terms of weapon skill pieces for it, because that's pretty good, especially if I'm getting the 5. I'm getting 5 strength. Yeah. I'm getting 4 strength. But, I'd have to see. In terms of TP pieces, I would like to get, what is it, like, called Ginseng or something? And that comes from, the Tenzin, high tier battle, but I still need to do COP missions to get that. Ambuscade gear. I mean, there's really not much to say. I'll just quickly glance over that. For TPing in, this is, you know, ambuscade gear. It's, you know, just really good. You should be using it. The next thing, obviously, looking at this set, I think I'm going to be, I'm not going to touch the Fluma legs, or Flama legs. Definitely do the hands and feet here. In terms of neck piece, for TPing in, I'm happy with that. I can't really think of anything that I might want to change for that. I think I'm solid for that on TPing piece. In terms of earrings, these are just really great earrings, and I think, what is it? Is it Corralling Celine? It's essentially Cassie, the Marble on them, and Fei Yin. These drop these, and just saying, or a quick note talking about her, she's not hard of a fight. However, she can be a really annoying and a pain in the ass, like just bad breath and just poison auras that are just, and gravity auras, and can just do stuff. So you can be with a solid group and she can just give you bad RNG doing stuff and just screw you over and you can lose. But she's not too hard if you just get a halfway decent group and they're willing to push through, and people aren't just going to rage quit after one bad loss, because you're probably going to have a loss in here and there just because, like I said, bad RNG. She can be annoying, but she's typically not too bad. Just get some DPS, burn her down. That's typically the best way to do it. Just kill her before she can start getting annoying with TP moves and aura. But these are great pieces. I obviously need to replace them. I would want to do it with Brutal Earring, which that comes from Limbus, which is old 75 content, so that would be extremely easy to do, except for I have to do COP missions to get access to that, which I'm going to be doing soon. And then the, was it One to Be Feared High Tier Battle, the Omega and Ultima fight. So that drops from there, so I'll be doing that to try and get that earring as soon as I've done COP missions so I can access it. So both my earrings are kind of held up right now by COP missions, but those would be better earrings to use because of the multi-hit. The one earring has some accuracy on it, plus they both have some store TP, which you want to have store TP so you're getting those higher hit builds. But these are definitely good alternatives to use to TP in. The HP up is nice, the strength of Vit's nice, plus the accuracy. I'm getting more, a decent amount more accuracy from the earrings, so definitely good pieces. This is, there's arguably better TP pieces in, but I really like this just because of the build I currently going, because now I'm at high HP, especially because I've been pulling hate a lot in groups. So just having that much more HP with everything else, plus having a little bit of damage taken and just a TP set, along with just accuracy, attack, and store TP. I mean, this is just a solid piece. I mainly got this for my damage taken set, but in terms of what rings I had, this is filling a better role than everything else I have. In terms of what I might want for here, it would be a multi-hit ring. So I'm trying to think what would probably the triple attack earring. I think it drops from Manju. It's a tier 3 Reginima NM. That would be an arguable replacement. And then one of the tier 1 NMs in Sky drops a ring. I think it starts with a P. It's got some double attack and some, I think, strength and fit. It's just got some good stats. So I think it has some store TP also. So that would be some good replacements for that to just get in more multi-hit. Because really, the way I see it is, you know, once you're at haste cap here, and if accuracy is not a problem, you want to slap on as much multi-hit as you can. So that would be the next thing I'd want to do for that. Belt, I honestly think this, or the +1 of this, is the best belt you can use for the jobs that can use it. So yeah, there was just no contest. I needed to pick this belt up. The +1 is really expensive. I may get it at some point. I know I don't have the +1 even on my name, just because, you know, putting money into other things. But, you know, it's still, the NQ is pretty cheap, and it's just is ridiculous. Honestly, for the jobs that beat it, I think it's better than was it Wind Buffet belt, considering all jobs can use that. Just for me personally, I know it's not really exactly accurate and should depend. Where is it? What I try and do is to see if I'm trying to judge one better, and this is obviously, for this equation, if I was trying to compare and see which one I'd rather use, I'm not looking at the haste or the accuracy, but obviously the haste and accuracy become a big part because I wouldn't be at haste cap without this belt. So I couldn't, even if haste wasn't an issue, or since haste is an issue, I'm not even considering Wind Buffet belt, but if haste wasn't an issue, and also just completely forget about the accuracy, I would still use the, what is it, Isokaha belt? Whatever, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. But what I do is, so double attack, 8%. So I'm going to say, with this belt, I'm getting in 16 swings. Because 2 attacks, 8% of the time, 16 swings. So I'm going to say that belt has a value of 16. If we look at Wind Buffet belt, it's got 2 quad attack, so that's 8 right there, and then 2 triple attack, which is going to be 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14. It's got a lower value than the other belt. I'd personally use the belt. Again, that's not saying how you should evaluate that way, depending on your gear, but because I know if I was stacking a lot of triple attack and quadruple attack, especially on other jobs, I would, even if they could use the other belt, I would probably favor it. Like, even if Thief could use the other belt and haste wasn't an issue, I probably would use Wind Buffet belt for there, just because you have so much triple attack, and double attack's gonna be kind of giving a diminishing return somewhat there. Just my thoughts on it, but I mean, if kind of things are about even and you're not sure, that's kind of what I use to evaluate. Again, not a great way, but it's one way to look at gear. And then ambuscade back pieces. What can you say? I just went for an accuracy piece. So slap on that dex for the accuracy, made sure I maxed out the accuracy, plus getting, you know, a little bit of attack's always nice, and then get that multi-hit in there. Yeah, so that's what I went for that back piece. I also like, for the TP pieces, I've seen a lot of people be like, oh, you gotta put the damage taken on there. I have a damage taken set to slap on and be at max damage taken cap, you know, when I am anticipating damage coming in. I'd rather just have constant life regen going on when I'm just trying to TP otherwise. So that's my preference on that. For my weapon skill sets, I have been putting damage taken on because, you know, it always sucks when you all of a sudden get hit by like an AoE while you're weapon skilling and take extra damage. So that's nice, so I slapped that in there. So that's my TP set. Like I said, in terms of really upgrades, really my grip, my earrings, my rings, because I covered that. In terms of my main armor, what upgrades? I'd like to get some Valorous stuff. Mainly Valorous body. You get really good augments on it that can replace this, but this is still arguably a really good piece. The Flamma body. I want to get the AF plus 3 legs and feet. You get so much multi-hit out of them, plus you get more haste. So I know if I had those pieces, I wouldn't need to worry about my grip. That would replace my grip there. Plus just ridiculous other stats and just ridiculous accuracy. All the AF plus 3 pieces have ridiculous accuracy, plus the set bonus on them is even more accuracy. So that's what I'd want to do with that. From there, see, I might, if store TP is okay and haste is an issue, might switch to this for the hand piece for multi-hit. In terms of what other hand piece I would use, I can't think of any other hand piece. Head piece, I don't think you really want to use another head piece. Like, that's a lot of triple attack and some store TP, and it's just an overall good piece. I'd have to look, but in terms of gear upgrades, mainly I want to focus on accessories. Rings, earrings, ammo slot I'm happy with, but I would, like I said, do an upgrade, get that ginseng so I have some more store TP to play around with. And really Udo grip. Those are the big things, and then omen legs and feet. Those are really the big, so kind of this whole right side here is really where I want to focus on getting the upgrades. But honestly, these are not bad pieces at all. This is actually performing really well, and I'm able to handle pretty much whatever content. So let's move on to my damage taken set. So this is my current damage taken set. This thing's good. I mean, you could get the +1, but that's expensive. Maybe if the price comes down and I have expendable cash, but I'm not worried about upgrading that. These I would keep. I'm not even going to touch these. Because actually in this current set, actually I was about to say I am at... Actually, I think I did the math. I think I am at damage taken cap in this set. Maybe not for breath damage, but for physical and magic I am at damage taken cap, I think. I'll talk about the one piece I want to get so I can hit everything at damage taken cap. But these earrings are really nice just because you get the accuracy in there with it, plus you get the HP. The magic damage taken is nice to add on that, but I mean really I use these even on my main just for the HP, just getting make sure your HP's up, you know, as high as possible for when you're taking damage. Like I said, did Sovereign Behemoth the other day. Was happy to get this, and then went ahead and then during what was it, the XP window campaign Sunday morning, just spammed out so I could spammed out that to get accolades so I could get Sovereign Behemoth hides and upgraded that because it's 6% damage taken plus 10 to 15 extra defense. That's just, and all jobs, that's just the best, you know, damage taken set neck piece you can really get. I got the Flume Belt +1, got that from Void Watch, Walk of Echoes, from spamming that out. Was very happy about that. I especially wanted the Flume Belt over, because I had some other stuff that goes there. I really wanted to convert 2% of damage taken to MP, because I want to do some more Red Mage, AoE pulling. So to be able to get MP back as I'm pulling, because as I'm taking hits, that's really what I wanted this belt for, on top of just, you know, great damage taken piece. Moonbeam Cape, there's nothing else to really say about that. A lot of HP, damage taken, it's good. And then from there, yeah, it's just have what pieces. I know I can replace some of these pieces. I know there's like body pieces. I know some of the Sovereign gear's good too. But honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I think I want to get a little bit more damage taken stuff, but I'll get where the one big slot is that'll make a difference, so I can actually have movement speed and still be at the damage taken cap for all things. But all in all, I'm extremely happy at how far my damage taken set has come. The only thing that I'm not happy with is this, because it's 3% damage taken. I'd rather not actually be using this ring at all. This ring kind of sucks. It's like subtle blow is the enhancement, and okay. I'm not hitting fast enough for really subtle blow to make a difference, and then just 6 accuracy and attack. 3. What I need to get is D-ring, and I've probably killed King Behemoth 20 plus times, still haven't gotten it, which is actually interesting. If for anyone who's not aware, D-ring, the slot for D-ring for drop is 100% drop. So there were people basically bitching about, be like, D-ring never drops, whatever, and then I saw someone else say, oh, make sure you have a thief. Thief doesn't help you with D-ring at all. It's 100% drop. 95% of the time, it's Pixie Earring. 5% of the time, it's D-ring. So TH doesn't help you at all. It's 100% drop slot. So yeah, Treasure Hunter and stuff doesn't help you. Now, I'm not saying if you have Thief leveled, you shouldn't go do Behemoth as Thief, because you absolutely should. You're going to be spamming it out anyway. You get Gil Finder for it. Considering I think you get 20k gil if you don't have Gil Finder, and 30k gil if you do for killing it. So you're getting additional money there, plus getting additional drops, you know, for the other drops, and then you can turn around and sell like the hides, horns, and meat and stuff like that. Might as well, if you're spamming it out, get additional drops that you can sell anyway. So I definitely think Thief is should be used for King Behemoth. But now that I've derailed the video and gone off about that, yeah, D-ring. That's really what I need. Like I said, done it about 20 plus, maybe getting close to 30 times now. Just keep spamming it out until I get that one drop. You got a 1 in 20 chance every time you're fighting of getting it, so, you know, just keep doing it and you'll get it. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I'm happy. If I get D-ring, I don't think I would really be looking to upgrade any things here. Now, don't get me wrong, if I get some stuff to allow me to upgrade it, like I get a better body piece, get like, what is it, Tartarus mail, like that would be an upgrade there. But I mean, there's some other stuff that War can use, Sovereign gear, like I said, but it's nothing I'd really go out of my way for. Just hitting damage taken cap is really, yeah, more than enough. So that's, you know, that for that. So really the only thing I'm really wanting to upgrade is D-ring there. Would take other things. So weapon skill gear. This is where my gear needs a lot of work, is my weapon skill gear. So we'll go over that. So I could get a better piece for this, but even that's not a bad piece. Got a decent amount of strength there, considering this set is my strength set. So obviously I'm going with these earrings because of the strength they have on it. That's good, but it's not. Wait, I said it was a strength set. No, and I'm actually on the Vit set. So let's change that. So yeah, so here's where I'm at with the strength set. So these earrings, they're good, but I could definitely do better. But I mean, getting 5 strength and 5 Vit out of earrings, that's not bad considering that's what I have. I'm basically like full-timing these earrings. But it's definitely nice with the bonus HP. I don't remember where I got this from. I think I had this on her, whether it came out of a goblin box on a mule from a long time ago and I moved it to her or whatever. But I'm using this currently. I can definitely upgrade if the Gorget. the I'm just gonna call it the Rainbow Gorget, where you go and do all the sea gorgets, get them all, and then fuse it into, or synergize it into one gorget. That's what needs to go here. As soon as I get access to C, that's going to be one of the first things on my list, is go farm organs, and more organs, so I can just make all the gorgets and then get the Rainbow Gorget. If you're playing any DD job, that's really where your focus should be, is getting that Gorget, because it's ridiculous. I'm using this belt just because it's the thing that I have with the most strength. I would use, again, the Rainbow belt. There are belts just like the Gorgets that drop in Abyssia. They're all NM drops. Sorry about that. My camera died mid-recording, so it's plugged in now, charging. But so let's continue. So back talking about the belt. So yeah, I would want to get the Rainbow belt. And you get, like I said, it's just like the neck pieces, except for their belts, and they drop off of different NMs and Abyssia. So we'd need to go farm all of them and then synergize it into the one, because that's 20% weapon skill damage right there. Plus there's other perks to those Gorgets. Plus, if you have both of the items, you have a 2% time of not consuming your TP during weapon skill. While 2% isn't often, when it kicks in, it's really nice. So yeah, that's that for those pieces. Wait, what? Why is that? I saw that was broken before. Oh. Now I'm concerned. Something must have happened and it didn't save my update. Because I saw when I finished my other cape into the case. Let me fix that real quick while we're here. Alright, so in terms of capes, yeah, this is my Vit weapon skill cape. Whole point was to max out Vit and have the 10% weapon skill damage. Not really much else to say for that. I did obviously Vit first because of Evil. That's currently my best weapon skill. Next month, I'm gonna get a cape and do the exact same thing as this, except for swap Vit for strength. So I'll end up having then at that point 3 war capes. Yeah. So that's that for the waist piece. There's really, like I said, nothing I want to upgrade for that except for make a strength one. That'll be happening next month. Rings. My rings can definitely use improvement. This is probably one of the things that could use the most improvement. But rings you can typically just buy off the auction house. But if you're trying to go for top tier, get the +1s, that gets, you know, a little pricey. So I want to upgrade my rings. In terms of what do I want to upgrade my rings to? I don't know. At this point, I'm more focused on trying to get stuff for like my TP set and kind of get through missions and get like I said, the Rainbow Gorget, the Rainbow Belt. That's kind of more where my focus is. So I wouldn't be too worried about this. This ring's ridiculous and should be used in your weapon skill set like all the time if you're using the Flamma stuff. If you have at least 2 pieces, or no, actually just as long as you're using 1 piece during your weapon skill that's +2 and the ring, I feel like it's worth it because you're getting 8 strength, 8 dex, and 8 vit out of it. If you have, I think, 3 pieces, I think it's up to 16. I would have to verify, but I think I remember seeing that. The 2 pieces and the ring don't, it's still just 8, but I think at 3 it's 16, and at 5 it might be you get 24 strength, dex, and vit, I think. I'll have to verify that on my main. He's got all the +2 pieces, so I could definitely verify that. I'll have to check that out. But if you're using Flamma, then this ring's good, because getting more than 8 of an attribute in a ring's not easy to do. I know you can. Omen, what is it, rings would be the way to go, and obviously that would be the best end goal thing, but Omen's still a bit off, so this is definitely a good second. But yeah, getting Omen rings would be the ideal thing for that, so it would be to upgrade them. In terms of like your main armor, in terms of weapon skill, I'm not sure what I would want to do. Again, though, we have something to look. This would definitely keep in, obviously, the +2 version, because you're going to get more weapon skill damage out of it, but you want this definitely for the weapon skill damage. In terms of like what I'd want for the other pieces, I don't know. I'm happy with it as of right now. I know it can use improvements, likely either going to be relic +3, artifact +3, or valorous. It's either going to be the stuff I'm currently using or one of those 3 that I just listed. They're going to be upgrades. What I want to upgrade to, again, I'm not really there to really look at it. I still don't even have regular Dynamis unlocked, much less the new Dynamis, and I got to go through missions to get access to Reginima. So that's where I'm currently at with that, so I can't really say much for that. Let's look at the my Vit. And Vit gear, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Okay, so just have a couple pieces replaced just because of Vit over strength, like that there. But it's pretty much the same stuff. It's not great gear, but definitely could do better. But I mean, it's a starting point, and we'd probably be doing similar things that I did over, same with the strength stuff. This isn't real. I mean, I could probably get something else in there that has Vit, but I don't really have anything. So that's where my current gear is at right now. Can use improvements, but I mean, you can pretty much always improve, especially how they keep releasing new stuff. So there's always slight minor stuff you can do, especially if you're trying to be more, you know, do different sets. But I mean, as of right now, those are the only 4 sets I'm really using on War. Don't really have like an idle set. It's either going to be like my damage taken or my TP set. But yeah, that's where Caulifla is currently at. Kind of where I want to progress her. With, you know, kind of talked about that as I went. I said I was going to kind of wait. That didn't really happen. The only thing left to really talk about is weapons. I didn't really talk about weapons. My plan is to make a Relic Great Axe and a Relic Great Sword. So was it Brava and Ragnarok? Probably starting with Ragnarok, because this is a really solid Great Axe to have overall. I was actually talking with someone online who was actually asking me some questions, and we're talking back and forth, talking about different gear, and he actually said, do I think Ragnarok is worth it? And my, probably not exact, I want to try and get my response exactly how I responded to him, but I'm probably going to remember incorrectly, was something along the lines of, because he asked, is Ragnarok worth getting? I said, Ragnarok is extremely overrated, but yes, I do think it's worth getting. I've seen a lot of people think like, you know, a Ragnarok War is the absolute best damage in the game. It very well might be for melee DDs if you're in a Zerg fight, where you're just trying to burn it down in like 30 to 60 seconds. I think that's where it's going to shine the most, is doing quick burst damage. I think if you're starting to have longer drawn out fights where you're just going to be hitting the mob for a longer time, I think other weapons are going to beat it out, like Yukon Versa, the Empyrean Great Axe for one. I think that's just going to beat it out. Aeonic Great Axe is another one, and I think that's going to beat out both Empyrean and Ragnarok if you're skill chaining. If you're going to be skill chaining, trying to get like Radiance or Umbral off, and possibly even doing Magic Burst. So really, it's like, which weapon should you be using is situational. Just to touch on my personal thing, I know a lot of people are like, oh, what's best in slot for, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, and people always want to know what's best in slot. Yes, in some games I think there is stuff that's best in slot, and there's definitely situations where you can come in and say, yes, this is by far the best in slot, this is the best quintessential item for this certain situation, because nothing else even comes close to it. But in 11, I feel for the most part, because you have so much gear to play off of, and there's so many different ways you can like approach stuff, because like there's different weapon skills. You might not want to be focusing on attribute, you might be focusing on critical hit rate and critical hit damage, as opposed to like focusing on dex, if that's what it's modded by. There's just different kind of like focuses, and it kind of depends, what do you want to do and what's going to be best for your situation. A term me and my roommate Yells, who, you know, when we're talking about stuff, we always come back and have this phrase, you know, oh, what should you do for, you know, this? And it's like, well, you know, shit's situational. Like, you can't just be like, oh, what am I going to go do for this event? Well, what exactly is happening in the event? Because the situation might be different, and you might want to do something different depending on the situation. So it's like, using best in slot, I don't like using best in slot for this game, because like I said, things are situational. Like, is Ragnarok best? In some situations, yes. In other situations, I don't think it is. I think other weapons outshine it. So again, what's the situation? So that's, you know, where my gear's at. That's my current progression, plus, you know, a couple little rants here and there. But yeah, thank you guys for, you know, supporting the channel and supporting, you know, the progression through this. A lot more people have been giving me feedback that they really like, you know, what I'm doing with Caulifla and this whole progression with that. And I'm really enjoying it too. I'm excited for a lot of videos that I'm going to be able to come out by doing different, you know, content with her, doing missions and a lot of stuff that I've already done on my main. So, plus having a second character, that's two characters now I can do ambuscade on, and I can do salvage spam to make even more gil. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way this is progressing. I'm happy that you guys are really enjoying it. And yeah, keep giving me feedback. So, you know, if there's, you know, some type of videos that, you know, people want, like this. This was a requested video, and I was happy to do it. Thought it was a good idea, and it was a good time to do it, because there's a couple things going to be coming up with her soon that's going to be turning the corner. Some of this, the campaign stuff, I'm going to want to do on her, plus I'm going to, hopefully this week and this weekend, start knocking out missions on her, and, yeah, get her access to some of these endgame zones so she can actually do stuff. I can do Sinister Reign with her and other things. But, yeah. So, that's where we're at. If you guys want to leave any feedback on where you're at and how your character's progressing, feel free. I'd like to hear back from, you know, some of the fans. But, yeah. Thank you for supporting the channel. Like I said, leave a comment. You know, what's your thoughts about this, you know, video, and how do you think she's coming along? I think she's made ridiculous progress. considering I've only put, I would say about 2 months of work into her. I'd probably say if I average it out, probably somewhere between 2 to 3 hours a day go into her, and doing that much. If you're playing an MMO, you're typically putting in about that much a day. Anyway, so if you put in about 2 to 3 hours a day into a character for 2 months, you could be, reasonably in the area where she's currently at. So it's definitely not hard, and it's like you can very quickly get into endgame. It actually happened a lot faster than I thought, and yet there's still so much for me to do. But again, it's probably like the third time I'll be wrapping up this video. But yeah, again, thank you everyone. Thank you for supporting the channel, and may you have success in all you do.